know and love, and she doesn't need too much of an introduction. Also, just as a reminder, this is going to be recorded from here on out, so people don't want to be recorded. Take note of that. And she's going to be talking with the Arlington Resource Center and everything that's going on there, and we're excited to hear from her and get an update.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My team is about to come in right now, and I'm going to flip my computer around so you can see everybody. And I'm going to do we'll do a quick introduction here. So let me get over here. Can you guys see us okay? Maybe come in a little bit closer. So as you know, my name is Peggy Ray. I'm the site director for the Arlington Community Resource Center, and this is my small but mighty team. I always like to say we're small hinges opening up huge doors here at the Resource Center. We definitely have been working through this whole pandemic. We've never taken a day off or time off through this. Our center has been open through this whole time and just working hard to change lives. I'll first introduce Caroline. She's a support specialist with us here at the Resource Center. We have Marla Dan here. She's also a support specialist with the Resource Center. And then Tina Lawson, a support specialist with the Resource Center. The one person we did lose was Doris. She's our bilingual specialist. She had to take off due to school and her kids being on Zoom, and she needed to help them because they're littles. But we do have a bilingual person that comes in, a volunteer, once a week, so we can still serve our bilingual population. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of how we have been serving the community over the last, well, 5 years, but really since March, since the pandemic. Through March, Dave, could you put up our report that I sent you by chance? As he's looking for that, I can just let you know some numbers. So far to date, we have been able, through funding from the city, the county, and other organizations, we have actually already distributed since March $159,277.64 to keep people housed, electricity on, cars running. We've paid for car repair, we've paid vet bills, things that people have been struggling to pay because they've lost funding due to, or they've lost money due to loss of income due to COVID. Since March, so the numbers that you're going to see on the screen that Dave is sharing with you, I don't know if you are looking at them. These numbers are from June, July, and August, but I want to share since March. So since March, we have served over 753 new clients, brand new to us, whenever we've seen before since this pandemic. Total contacts, 2,569, so that's also including returning clients. We have fielded, this little team, over 3,072 phone calls. We have distributed over 1,000 meals to people in need who have come to the door asking for food assistance, and then of course we direct them to the food banks. We have been able to keep 322 people in their current housing by helping pay rent and mortgage. Currently, Arlington is the only place that we know of that is currently helping with mortgage assistance. In Snohomish County, if you are a renter, you're pretty much good to go and can call 211 and get rental assistance. But if you have a mortgage and you own your home, there's not a lot of help out there for you. But Arlington, here we are helping people in Arlington pay mortgages right now. So that's really huge. And we have also been able to keep 211 with their utility bills, electricity, water, and such on. And I'm just going to, does anybody have any questions on that piece of it? I know those were some big numbers and a lot of information.
You've got a section in there on Arlington CARES Act funding. What's that all about?
So that's going to tie into that. That goes along with that $100,000 that we received from Arlington directly. So that number, so far we've spent $69,000 of that money, of the $100,000. We did contribute $25,000 of that money to the food bank to help them. And so yeah, that's where we're currently at. We specifically called that out because Arlington gave us $100,000 to spend. So far we've spent $69,000. The mayor is looking at trying to get us some more funding, because once that money is out, then we're out of money for Arlington. So we will definitely be looking and reaching out to organizations and looking to write for some grants. The thing about our funding, especially now that we're under Volunteers of America, anything that you directly donate to the Arlington Community Resource Center goes directly into Arlington. So it's just Arlington residents that it'll go out to. So that's really exciting. With the other organization, that wasn't necessarily happening. So we've definitely seen a huge difference there, and that we're able to allocate those monies to Arlington. They don't go to any of our salaries, anything like that. It's all directly back into Arlington. It's been very beautiful. We've been able to partner very closely with the police and fire department. We've taken calls on holidays, weekends, to help house some of these individuals that are struggling, that the police department or fire department have come across. I've taken many of those phone calls for assistance, and so we've been able to go out and assist fire and the police department. We have a great relationship with the courts, and we work very closely with Jennifer and continuing the relicensing program, getting people connected in with the courts program, the relicensing program. So that's been a beautiful partnership as well. We work closely and also working closely with the mayor, just searching for funds so we can continue to help in Arlington. Any questions there?
One quick question. We used to have housing coordinator. I can't think of her name. But,
Lori Morgan.
Lori, is she still there?
She is not with our organization anymore. She is still with the county, and she is still doing housing navigation, and we still connect with her. Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to have Caroline go first, and she's right here. And I just have each one of my staff. They're going to say a few words. So here you go, Caroline.
Yeah. Hi. So today I wanted to talk about a little bit about a new population that we've been serving. People who have been financially secure and living within their means, and due to the pandemic, they're facing financial insecurity, job loss, housing loss. We have recently had a client, a single mother in Arlington, that was living within her means and doing well. And she was laid off due to COVID, and then her position was completely eliminated. When we connected with her, she had a job interview coming up, but her mortgage was not being paid, was not current. She was struggling with her utilities and food. And we were able, through the funding that the city gave us, we were able to help pay her mortgage and get her current, help her with her PUD and her water bill, provide her food security, connect her to the food banks, and then we also helped her with some budgeting for living within her new means.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Hi, I just want to talk a little bit about today about our homeless population and the ability that we have had through this pandemic to keep them fed. They're able to come to us Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4, to get a hot meal and some kind words of encouragement. We also are able to connect them to the resources that are out there and available to them when they're ready. When they're ready for change, we build a relationship with them so that they're comfortable to come to us when they're ready to make that next step. And we also partner with the Office of Neighborhoods, and that's a super beneficial relationship that we have with them to get our homeless population the mental health and treatment needs. We're able to meet that by partnering with the Office of Neighborhoods, and it's just a really cool thing to be involved in.
I would say too that Marla Dan is the one that usually has been the champion of being able to provide these meals through our back door right now. But she serves at least, I mean, lately we've been seeing like 6 to 10 people a day, every day, looking for a hot meal.
Good afternoon, Rotarians. I wanted to touch more on the topic of the fact that it's not just the homeless population now, especially that we're serving. It's everyday people just like you and I. An uptake that I've seen a lot is something that's close to all of our hearts, and that's the care of our animals. Whether you're homeless or not, your animal means a lot to you. People are having to choose whether, are they feeding them the food that they need that's healthy for them? Are they getting the care that they need at the vet? And we've seen a huge uptick in that. So any support in that would be greatly appreciated. If you can get the word out there. Food donation for the animals, cats, birds, dogs, any animals at all. We've recently had to board an animal for 3 months because a client recently became homeless out of a 20-year marriage. So that could be tough. The vet bills, we did a vet bill today for $350. And just a friendly reminder that these animals too are also going through a lot of struggle too. So thank you for your time.
Awesome. So that was my team. I'm going to let them go and eat unless you guys have any questions for my team. Do you have any questions from my team? No? Okay, great. All right, you guys go eat. Thank you so much. Guys. Thank you for being a part of that. So I talked a little bit about the partnerships that we have with the fire department, the police department. We have done many things with so many different organizations, just partnering. We want to partner as much as we possibly can. If you know anything, anybody out there that is in need, please send them our direction. If you have a gap in something that you're seeing, please reach out to me because we can help facilitate that possibly. And if not, I will always figure out a way. I did want to acknowledge that Eric Scott, when we first opened this location, we had makeshift signs that we made ourselves. So he reached out and said, hey, would you like some more professional looking signs? And so he made us a couple very big, beautiful signs for the Arlington Community Resource Center. It was a little difficult to find us, but now with these huge signs, people know exactly where we're at. So thank you, Eric. That was amazing. A couple of things that we're working on. Dave, if you could show the next slide. We are working on Socktoberfest, right there. So we are low on socks, and so we really need new socks for our clients that come in who a lot of their, foot care is so important, and to have a nice new pair of socks is everything to them. And so we are running low on our sock supply, so we decided to kick off Socktober. So if you would like a donation bin, we will get one to your location. If you'd like to collect for us and then bring to the resource center, or we can pick up, that would be amazing as well. And then the next slide, Dave, sorry, thank you. These are just some current needs listed out that we go through a lot. And these are supplies now that are really low. So if you know of anybody that can help us out with that, that would be amazing. Please send them my direction, give us the phone number. I'd be glad to go pick them up. Let's see. So I talked about our relicensing program. We have probably, let's say, 2,000 masks that we're distributing currently in Arlington. So if you have a need, please reach out because we can absolutely give you some masks. I have cases of them currently in our office, and we would like to be able to get them there for the Arlington community. So if you have a need, if you want to take a bag and put a bag in your trunk and hand them out when needed, please come to the resource center and pick up some masks. That would be great. We have Shop with a Cop coming up in December, so I'm working closely with Jonathan Ventura to get that started up again. So we're just in the planning of that. It'll look differently than it did last year. We're going to do things a little differently and only have like 5 families in at a time at the Walmart. We're partnering with Walmart as well again this year, so that's going to be amazing. And then we're currently working on a Christmas dinner idea with some of the churches and local folks here that are wanting to serve Christmas dinner. So the model we're going to do this year is get together, cook the meals before the day before, and then we're going to go out and distribute hot meals in the morning, Christmas morning, to all the hotels in this area. But we're also going to reach out to the senior center and identify the seniors there at the senior center who could use a hot meal Christmas Day. There's a lot of organizations that do things for people a week before, a couple days before, but we wanted to do something on the morning of Christmas. And when we go out and deliver these meals, we're also going to be delivering toys and gifts if the people have kids, things like that. There's nothing that's going to be like specific to each family, because we're just literally going to knock on the doors and see who's in the room, and if they have littles, then we'll just go to our cars and get out a couple toys that we think that they would like. So that's going to be awesome. We are currently looking for anybody who might want to be able to donate time and energy into doing a video for us. I think that with the Resource Center, it's not a lot. A lot of people know who we are and what we do, but I would like to get our story out there more. I know that we have some Rotarians that might be able to help us with that, but I would just like to do a small little video highlighting the Resource Center and what we do. Let's see. And I think that's all I have. Do you have any questions for me?
So Peggy, it strikes me that since our Rotary Club generally buys lunch for seniors at the senior center, and that's probably not going to happen this year, that perhaps we ought to take a look at helping you out with some of those Christmas meals.
That would be fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, Peggy, are you able to email over? You had that slide that showed, you know, the most amount of needs there. Can you email that out to the club? Just because I know if we were to donate some stuff, we'd rather donate what people really need and ask for as opposed to something that they don't.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm not sure if on that list it said umbrellas or ponchos. If you guys have a connection to umbrellas and or ponchos, please send them my direction, because that's going to be a huge need right now. We realized yesterday somebody came in so soaking wet, and we didn't have not one umbrella or a poncho for them.
I'll post that list on and send it out with the bulletin. I can get it right off the video.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So Peg, during the cold weather freezes, are you equipped for motel rooms for people?
It depends on their circumstance. We kind of let Sarah and them do that. She goes.
So is there some coordination of that activity? Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're very much connected with Sarah. Sarah goes after different grants and stuff to pay specifically for that.
Well, that's why I was asking about Lori. I know that she was instrumental in helping screen people, because it looks like it's going to be a motel-based program again this year, because we've not been able to find a facility.
Right.
Good. Thank you. Perfect. I might just add in, I just really am proud of you and the VOA. I think it is one of the assets for our community, and it's rare. There's not many of the communities that have got this going right now, and it takes care of that safety net and vulnerable that are falling through the safety net. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, it's really hard sometimes for people to reach out for help, and we've been helping a lot of folks that currently are not experiencing homelessness, and to have somebody on the other end who can just really listen and kind of walk them through and navigate what the steps they need to do, like unemployment, all the paperwork that goes into that, DSHS benefits. So my staff, the three that you've seen in front of you, they are very knowledgeable. They are always learning. They know everything inside and out pretty much about DSHS and their benefits. They know everything in and out about unemployment, how you file, how you need to do your claims weekly. We have clients come in to do their claims because they don't have access to a computer. We have clients come in who need to use our phones to make phone calls to connect with DSHS and other organizations to help them. So it's I am just so grateful for VOA for keeping us on board, because this would have been a huge loss to the community. Because I really don't know where, these people would have gone during this time.
So Peggy, you mentioned Smothers' donation of furniture. I assume that that furniture will go to somebody that's found housing, an apartment, needs some furniture. What other sorts of furnishing items are you looking for that could be donated?
It's really hard because we need big furniture, right? But we don't have a place to store the big furniture, and we don't have the capacity to pick up the big furniture. So when somebody calls, I'm scrambling to find people to help pick it up for me. So right now, like for when we house somebody, because we currently, even though Lori Morgan is not a part of us anymore, we still currently house people. That was our model in the beginning, to partner and work with Lori, and so our support specialists are very knowledgeable about how to get people into housing, what avenues need to be taken. So the main things right now when we get people into housing, what we can have in center and that we give out is towels, toilet paper, shower curtain, things like that, things that they can have. And because most of the time, if they're coming out of homelessness, they want to shower, they need to use the restroom. Those are the little things that we, soaps and shampoo and toothbrush, toothpaste, anything related that you can think of, like when you first move into a place, what would you use? What would you need? Just the basic needs, and then when we get a big donation or donation like Smothers gave us, right now we currently do have a small storage unit. It's not very big. You've seen it, Dave. It's just I don't even think it's a 10 by 10 actually. It's smaller than that. We will connect with people who have just moved into housing or currently going into housing and see if we take pictures of the items and see if they're interested in having those.
I would think if you would put out the word to the club that you need a specific item for somebody that is going into new housing, that most all of us have stuff that is sitting in our basements and stuff that we can sure donate.
No, that would be awesome. And the one thing I thank you for bringing that up too, because the one thing that I always tell people is if you have any blankets, most of us have just tons of blankets in your linen closets that maybe you don't use. We really could use some blankets right now. Really not the crochet blankets, because that's hard to give somebody who's experiencing homelessness because it's not very warm. So if you go through your linen closets and can spare any blankets, that would be amazing. Sleeping bags, blankets, anything like that. We usually have those things. When I did mine not too long ago, I had 10 extra blankets that just sat in my linen closet, right, that I was able to bring in. So that would be awesome.
How about pillows?
What was that?
Dave, go ahead.
I was asking about pillows. Do they need pillows?
We would take pillows from Rotary. I don't put out pillows to the community because some of the donated items we get, we can't distribute, but people that we know and know that's not going to bring any kind of bug or head lice, things like that, we definitely would bring it, have pillows is one of them.
So Peg, if we took that idea of David's and posting this note, putting the list that you just had, if you just left one every time we put it out, and here's the needs of this week, and if you have blankets, or change it and highlight a few things, and you use that as a communication to the club where we can stay current with what your needs are, and we'll kind of keep that as a focus.
Awesome, that would be awesome. Would I send that to you, Dave, like weekly, or would I? Yes, okay.
I think that's a great idea, Bob. And, if we start meeting in person again, just putting a couple at the tables, we remember these things at the Rotary meeting, but sometimes we drive out and 2 days later, we totally forget. So the reminders would be great.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, Bob, great idea.
So one more question. is it best that we go out and do the shopping for you, or is it better for us to give you guys a cash or check, and do you guys get a better deal than we do?
We usually partner with Grocery Outlet, right? So they give us the best deal. So either way, it really,
Okay.
you can purchase the food, bring it to us. You can bring it here and we can go do shopping. It really doesn't matter. To do a bulk shopping, like with a check, the only thing is that has to go to corporate, and then I have to do a check request, and then it has to come back. So if it's, and that's usually fine if it's not like a dire need thing right now.
You have cold storage, so if you bought lasagnas and things like that for you, you would have the capacity to freeze them and use them when you need them?
We absolutely do, yes. Yeah.
So I understand then if we're at Costco, then just throw in an extra thing of toilet papers or socks or towels in there, along with the chocolate covered almonds would be a good idea.
Drop those at Edward Jones.
No, that would be awesome. I need to give a shout out to my staff. We have been working very, very hard through this time, and we're not getting any extra like heroes pay or anything like that. But none of my staff was even complaining about it, like hearing other orgs getting this hero pay and things like that. And they've just been really just rock stars. They have hearts of gold, and they just want to serve this community and change lives. I mean, I think this resource center has changed all of our lives in some way. We all have our own stories of why we do what we do. And their stories are pretty amazing, and what they do is pretty amazing.
Peggy, where are you located now? I haven't been out there yet, even though I delivered stuff to the storage. I haven't been to your office.
So we are in the Village Community Services building off Smoky Point Drive, right off Smoky Point Boulevard. So right behind the transit station off Smoky Point Boulevard. It's called Village Community Services. It's the big sign outside. But we're in an office in that building, brown building, Suite 103.
Is that the building that Dave Dunnington used to have his office in before he went to Cumulus Park?
I don't know.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Village Community Services has been in this building for a long time. There used to be like a massage place here and some other, I think there was a dentist here at one point. Somebody said they had their cleaning here before. We've got a lot of different, I've had a massage here, I've had a cleaning here. And now we're a resource center.
Good job.
Thank you. Any other questions for me?
Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you, Peggy. Thank you for all that you do for our community.
Thank you.